Good evening, students. Today I will discuss the musculature or muscles of the tongue. In the last video, I already described the general features of the tongue in terms of its different parts, papilla, and the difference between the anterior two-third and posterior one-third of the tongue. Now, I will discuss the muscles of the tongue and their nerve supply and their action. The muscles of the tongue are divided into two groups. One group is the extrinsic muscles and another group is the intrinsic muscles. So what do you mean by extrinsic muscles? The extrinsic muscles are those muscles which are attached at one end with the tongue and other end with the bone or somewhere. And the intrinsic muscles are those muscles which are confined only within the tongue. So let us discuss what are the extrinsic muscles. There are four pairs of extrinsic muscles mainly, and these are genioglossus, styloglossus, palatoglossus and hypoglossus. And another muscle also there called chondroglossus, and that is the muscle which is the part of the hypoglossus. So mainly there are four pairs, and including chondroglossus there are 5 pairs. Let us discuss one by one. First of all, genioglossus. This muscle, it arises from the genial tubercle, and in fact from the superior genial tubercle of the mandible up to the tongue. Next muscle is the styloglossus. The name indicates it is attached with the styloid process of the temporal bone and other end with the tongue. Then hypoglossus. Hypoglossus means it is arising or attached with the hyoid bone, greater cornu and body of the hyoid bone up to the tongue. And next one is the palatoglossus. This muscle arising from the palatine aponeurosis of the soft palate up to the tongue. So we can see that all these muscles, they are attached with the tongue at one end and with the other structures like bones and palatine aponeurosis on the other side. So all these muscles are extrinsic muscles, and their action is to change the position of the tongue, whether the tongue will deviate to one side or other side or backward or forward. So this different position of the tongue will be done by all these extrinsic muscles. Next group is the intrinsic muscles. What are the intrinsic muscles? Again, the intrinsic muscles are 4 pairs, and these muscles are longitudinally oriented or transversely oriented or vertically oriented. Accordingly, they are named as superior longitudinal linguae, inferior longitudinal linguae, then transversus linguae and verticalis linguae. So what are the actions of these muscles? Let us discuss. Suppose this is the tongue. This is anterior two-third, posterior one-third. This is sulcus terminalis and it is the foramen caecum. So if I draw the superior longitudinal muscles, they are oriented on the superior surface toward the superior surface like this. So if I draw like this, yes, all these muscles are superior longitudinal muscles which are close to the superior surface. So if these muscles contract, then the length of the fiber will be diminished. In that case, suppose this is contracting. So in this case, the length of the tongue will be decreased and this surface will be concave. And this surface means it is the dorsal surface of the tongue will be concave. On the other hand, if the inferior longitudinal muscles and these muscles longitudinally oriented and close to the ventral surface, lower side. So if these muscles contract like this, so the tongue, the dorsal surface will be convex. So for the superior longitudinal muscle, tongue will be concave, and for inferior longitudinal muscles, the tongue will be convex on the upper side. The third one is the transversus linguae. So if transversus linguae muscle they contract, what will happen? What will be the shape of the tongue? For the contraction of transversus linguae, transversely oriented, so it will reduce the width, but length will be increased. Right? And next group is the verticalis linguae. Fibers are vertically oriented, like this, vertically oriented. So if this muscle contracts like this, the tongue will be widened. They will increase the width of the tongue. And all these muscles are supplied by the hypoglossal nerve. Hypoglossal nerve is the nerve of the occipital myotome, and the tongue muscles they are developed from the occipital myotome. That's all for the muscles of the tongue.